Hey there, everyone. We are back for more Encounters Shattered Wastes Let's Play. So today, we are going to fight the first Chosen, the second to last boss in the game. You'll notice that this guy doesn't look as kind of scary as the rest. There's some really cool lore implications with the first Chosen. You'll have to play our journey mode to maybe learn a little more about that. But long story short, this is one of the first heroes to ever travel within the Shattered Wastes with his companions. The Guardian, the Eater of Children, and the person the Spectre took over may or may not have been in the traveling party for the first Chosen. So yeah, that's he has his own reasons for being here and preventing the party from going forward, but that's something that we can talk about maybe another time. Regardless, the first Chosen is really cool because on this first side, Essence of Light, very resilient in order to resist taking a lot of damage. So when we reveal a card during the defend phase, it actually goes straight back into stamina. So it takes a longer amount of time to get him staggered the first time. But because of Essence of Light, once he is staggered, he will probably remain staggered until we flip him to his flip side. This side of the first Chosen, Shards of Darkness, allows you actually to attack empty enemy areas. And then that damage is just placed into wounds, so we don't gain any threat. But the trade-off is we draw a Rage card and have to eat one of those. And yet, on this side, massive deck increase, 5 of each for each character. So it is a hefty deck. So you're going to have to take advantage of that Shards of Darkness in order to chip down that health as much as you can. So let's take a look at our characters. I decided to go with the box art characters. So the Lancer, the Monk, the Ronin, and the Seer. And I've already, to save us some time, I've pre-drafted all of these cards. I didn't want to go through every single one because I'm playing 4 characters. It's a lot. So the Lancer has Wind Run, perform a move action, light as air, powerful as a hurricane. And so it's a free action, costs me 2 MP, but allows me to move, and then that triggers my Divine Leap. So whenever I perform a move action, I can move to any frontline space. When I complete a move action, perform a basic attack, you do not gain threat from this attack, so that's pretty awesome. I also brought the Secret Vaccine. When you are dealt an affliction, prevent all effects on the affliction card, return to the bottom of the affliction deck. I want to make myself resilient to taking afflictions if possible. And then Commune is a nice little bump. It's a 50% chance to reduce my threat to 0. Costs 1 magic as an ability. Roll a die, reduce the threat of a character in your area to 0. Those blessed by the Beyond are granted boons beyond imagination. You'll know that whenever I mention the Beyond, it's sort of this thing that people worship or should be worshipped or maybe shouldn't worship. It's interesting. A lot of the effects that mention the Beyond in the fluff are very like hit or miss, variance based. So if my threat is really high, I could take a 50% chance Commune to kind of put it at 0. Or it could just be a lost action. Next up, we've got the Monk. And I just went, for all these characters, I just went all one color. So the Monk, Forbidden Technique. If this attack hits, it is a crit. And then I must cycle. That's really good if we get a couple of big cards that we just want to get in. I'm going to hopefully save that for the second stage of the first Chosen. Magebreaker, you don't gain threat from magical strength cards when performing this attack. About half the deck is magic. You see that on the bottom. So that'll be good for managing my threat. And then Terra Strike, if you are in the front line and this attack hits, deal 1 additional damage. So the Monk normally deals 2. This would let me deal 3 damage if I need it. Next, I've got the Ronin. Just going all items to help support the team. I can give someone a recovery serum or use it on myself to do 2 recover actions. A crystal elixir can get all the afflictions and threat of someone in our area to 0. And the threshold breaker allows the next attack. If my next attack hits, it's a crit. The cool thing is if my next attack misses, I cycle this card, drawing from the martial ability deck. So that's pretty cool because it can allow characters to get martial cards that normally can't. So like the Seer could technically take a Threshold Breaker, miss the attack, and then just randomly get a martial ability card, which is kind of interesting. An unknown alchemical reaction causes a momentarily awakened soul. And then the Seer, all magic, Glacial Blade on a roll of 2, place all strength cards in your target area into wounds, then cycle this card. Its icy breath can chill the heart and freeze the soul. Flash Beam is a really good like auto crit if I roll below a 7. Even those untrained in the arcane can harness the strength held within their soul. And Healing Zephyr, we don't have any healing items, so this is a 4 mana cost. Choose the front line or back line, roll 1 die. All characters in that line gain that much HP. And then you have to cycle it. So that'll be good if we can get everyone in one line and all our health is a little low, gives us a bit of a bump. So I really like that. So let's place these characters on the board. Get the Ronin in there. Keep the Monk behind everyone for mobility for now. And then the Lancer. Actually, we'll do something like this. All right, so let's begin. In the refresh phase, each character will roll 2 dice. So the Lancer. And if I'm going a little fast, guys, this Let's Play series, we have kind of gone through in the previous episodes how to play the game. So if you have never watched Encounters before, I suggest checking out the Guardian, the Harvester, the Eater of Children, the Winged Terror, the Spectre, the Sunken Beast playthroughs, and that will sort of get you up to speed on how all this is played. Then a 1 and a 2. Already, area 1's looking a little spicy. This area limit's 10, though, so we can let it get a little high if we want. That's over 10, but... And then last one, 4 and 5. Okay, so our goal is to actually let these areas get a little high and then pop off on the first turn that he's exposed. So he has about 18 cards left in here. If we can assume that about 5 or 6 cards are coming out around, that is 3 or 4 more rounds until he's exposed. Ideally, we want to get a little damage into wounds before that with crits. So let's let's see if we can like hurry this along a bit. So the good news is we'll start with my Seer. At the start of your activation, you may reveal all strength cards in any area. You may place 1 revealed strength card into fatigue, then return the rest face down in any order. This really helps us manage the areas because we can look at all of these. Boom. Boom, 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 and pick which one that we want to put into fatigue. I really like this one. It's a 4 threat. Oops. And those corruptions not doing anything to us right now. So now we are less than 10. So all these areas are now less than 10, which is really nice. So we can attack hoping to get some crits off. So we'll just have my Seer attack the area right in front of us. That's a 2. That'll hit. So 1 damage into fatigue, gaining 2 threat. And I'm just going to recover. I'm going to take this a little slow to start because I do not want to get in a situation where we're in rough shape. Let's go with actually, they should have started not next to each other. Let's go with the Monk and just attack. Actually, let's go with the Ronin and see what happens. So we'll roll and attack. That's a 2, so that hits. We deal 2 damage with the Ronin. You can see that right there. We gain 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we'll recover. I think I'm okay taking this Rage card. 1, that's a critical recovery, so that'll go to 0 because our crit is 1 on the far right middle. So that's done. That's done. Let's go with the Monk. We'll just do an attack. See if we can get a crit. Nope. So we'll do this. So we'll gain 5 threat. We'll reduce by 1, and then we'll take a recover action. We'll reduce 1, and then we'll reduce another 1 because of the monk's ability. After you complete an action, move 1 space or reduce your threat by 1. Lancer is next. Is final. Let's do just a basic attack. That'll hit. So we'll go here. Oh, wait, actually, sorry. Move to basic attack to here for free. And that hits, and then that goes to fatigue. We don't gain any threat because of Divine Leap. And then we're just going to move right back here and stack so that the card will only affect there. Great. Let's move on to the defend phase. This is not breaking the area limit. This is going to attack the Seer. We already knew that that was just going to be 2 because we looked at it earlier. Totally fine. We have a Rage card coming against the Ronin. Spires of Radiance. Roll 1 die. 1 through 5. Combine all strength cards in each area and place them into the rolled area in any order. 6. Place the top strength card from wounds into fatigue. Well, we have nothing in wounds, so that's good. 3. So everything is stacking and going to area 3. It says any order. So let's put the 4 up top. There we go. Okay, that's Spires of Radiance. And then Clash of Heroes. Perform a basic attack. If the attack is critical, place any strength card from fatigue into wounds. If the attack is not crit, reduce your HP by your crit value. Our crit value is 3. So let's see if we can roll a 3 here. There it is. Yes. All right. That is a yes. Okay, well, it's 1 and 3. So it's 1 and 6 to get that because your crit's only 1 and 6. So we did crit. So we place 1 card into wounds. That means like this guy came at the monk and the monk was like, no, I got this. Boom. You get the 1 and 6. Amazing. So what card? Is there anything bad in this one? That one was a 3 damage. We know that. All right, so that wasn't that bad. And then we'll move some cards from stamina here. So we have 15 cards left in this stamina deck on this first side. So let's move back into the refresh. We'll flip these and roll some dice. So, oh, that was a 6. Okay, 1 second. This was a 6. And we'll just say that was a 3. So 3. And then we'll roll again. Let's see, 3, 4. 2 more rolls. 1, 4. And last roll. 2 and 3. All right, so 3, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Is that what 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, we have 18 here. 9 there, that's okay. But 13 here, that's not okay. Let's start with the Lancer then, because I can do a wind run, which I will do. To get a free move action, we'll move to any frontline space here. We'll do a basic attack. 1 is greater than 0, so that hits. That goes to fatigue, and I gain no threat because of my Divine Leap. Next, I will do another. So I only get that free attack on on one of my move actions, because remember, reactions only happen once per activation. So I think I'll just do another. So I have 2 actions still. I don't want to pop that card. So I think I will just move here and do a basic attack. That hits. Put that into fatigue. And we'll gain 4. Still haven't gotten any crits yet, which is annoying, but is what it is. Let's move with the Ronin next. We'll move here, swing to attack. 4 does hit, so we do 2 damage. We'll gain 3 threat. That'll be it for the Ronin. And then let's go with the Seer now. And let's take a look at this area. See how bad it is. We got 2. We got 1 damage. We got 1 damage and 2 damage. Let's pop that guy into fatigue. With her ability. Her trait, rather. Broken Visions. At the start of your activation, you may reveal all strength cards in any area. You may place 1 revealed strength card into fatigue. Then return the rest face down in any order. Oh, any order is interesting. I think this order is fine. And then she is just going to attack the card right in front of her. Two is a miss, so then we'll just recover. 1. Boop. And then we'll go with the monk. We'll just do an attack on the card right in front of us. 5 hits, so that goes to fatigue. We'll gain 4 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll get a free move, and then we'll recover. 5, and then 1 more because of her trait, down to 0. Okay, that was action. We go to defend phase. This is going to flip. We have 2 to the Seer. This is just going to attack the Ronin. Just 2 threat to our Ronin. And then this is going to attack our Monk. Nothing, because it's corruption and no one's shattered. So we get out of that round pretty unscathed so far. Doing decent. Remember, this is sort of... The first Chosen sort of lulls you on this first phase into a false sense of security. Let's roll some dice. Roll 2 dice. 4. Roll 2 dice. 1 and 4, 2 dice. Oops. 4 and 5, and 2 dice. 2. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're at 11 here. So this is the only one that's over. How many cards we have left? We have 2 cards left here in stamina. So next round, he'll be staggered. So that's the round where we want to really pop off. So what I think I'll do is what we'll do with this, the Seer, now that we're back in the action phase, is all we're going to do is get rid of this card. So that's under. And we are literally just going to prime ourselves for dealing as much damage as possible next turn and mitigate as much damage as possible. So we'll just have the Ronin recover. Actually, we'll see. We'll have the Ronin actually attack just to see if I roll a crit. And I do. Okay, so that's just 2 freebies right there. And then we'll recover. 4, so that gets us to 1. Remember, when you crit, it goes straight to wounds and you gain no threat at all. Let's go with the Lancer. I will move to here to protect our Seer, and I will just recover. I choose to not do the free attack. 6, great, down to 0. Actually, the Seer needed to use her. We'll have her go, and we'll reduce that to 0. Great. And then the Monk. I want to save that Forbidden Technique, so Monk's already in good shape. We'll just stay here. We'll call it good. We'll basically defend. We'll delay a turn before I do any attacking. So we'll flip this. 1 damage to our Lancer. Not a big deal. A Rage card to our Ronin. Soulfire Blade. Roll 1 die. Gain that much threat and reduce your MP by the roll. Play strength cards equal to the roll from stamina into fatigue. Oh no. So that would be... This might be bad. So... So we'll roll 5, so I gain 5 threat, reduce my MP by 5, which is fine because I wasn't planning on using any of it. But now we gain, now he's exposed, And that would be really bad for us if... Oops, these go on the bottom. That would be really bad for us if we didn't have one more card here. But because, again, 1 affliction, paralyzed, can't perform the move action. That's okay. Remember, the first chosen is during the defend phase, after a strength card is revealed, return to the bottom of stamina. That will go here, and that's actually going to be our saving grace for this, so we don't miss out on our turn. So back to the refresh phase. This goes here. Now we're staggered, which is great, and we'll roll dice. So 2 dice, 1 and 3. 2 dice, 4, 2 dice, 5, 5, and then 2 dice. 1, 4. All right, so now we can really lay into him. So we're gonna start with the monk, and we're gonna spend 2 for Mage Breaker. We spend 2 for Mage Breaker, so I gain no... Oh, that's interesting. I can actually rearrange some cards here. I think I'm okay. So, spend 2 for Mage Breaker, roll a die. I won't gain any threat on this, so that hits. I'll gain 3 threat. So these go to wounds. Nothing for the magical strength card, but I will gain 3 here. I'll reduce by 1 because of my monk ability. And then what's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10? This will give me 10 threat. I think I'm okay on that. So let's do... let's just do a basic attack here. Yep, that hits. So 2 more cards to wounds. I'll gain 8, so that puts me to 10, and then minus 1 more. Next up, let's go with my Lancer. I'll spend 2 for Wind Run to get a free move here. And I'll do a... oops, forgot to flip these. We'll do my basic attack, which is a crit. So that'll go there. And now I'll do another basic attack. 4, that's a crit. So we'll gain, let's see, 1, 2, 3, we'll gain 4. And then I'll do one more attack right here. 2, so it's a miss. But that's okay. My Ronin, we're gonna attack. We miss, so we get a free recovery with Disgraced Wanderer. So down 2, and then we're gonna attack again. And we miss. So that's pretty rough. And then the Seer will go. Let's just attack this card right in front of us. 5 hits. Goes to wounds. We gain 5 threat. And then we'll recover that down by 2. 1, 2. Excellent. All right. To the defend phase. Lancer will take 1 damage and 2 afflictions. That 2 afflictions is tough because I can only use Secret Vaccine on one of them. But I get to see what it is before I do that. So we'll take 1 damage, and then let's see what the first one is. Possessed? No, I don't think so. That's what we'll use the Secret Vaccine on. So Possessed gets rid of my trait, and a recover action can only remove this with a crit. So I don't want to be possessed. The Lancer's trait is arguably the most important that I have. So we'll just see what the second one is. Poison. When you complete an action, reduce your MP by 2. That's not the worst. I can deal with that poison for now. Let's draw a Rage card against the Seer. Blessing of the Chosen. Each character in play perform a recover action, then place the top card of Fatigue into Stamina. I don't hate that because these are gonna come. Yeah, let's get a free recover for everyone. Let's get blessed by the Chosen, man. Let's start with the Lancer. 3 down to 1. Ooh, actually no. Let's get rid of this poison. I like getting rid of that poison a lot more as a freebie. Seer. Just reduced by 1. And then the Ronin. Crit, so down to 0. And the Monk. This is an important one. 3. That's also a crit. So put that all the way to 0. Amazing. And it's a recover action. So I'm going to get a free move so that we don't trigger another rage card. And then this will go... Oh, then we have to move... What was this? Place the tops. Yeah, so we have to place 4 of these into fatigue. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's guarded now, but that's okay. Then this is going to... 1 threat to our Ronin, big deal. And then this area limit's not broken. So we'll place a card here, back into the refresh phase, rolling 2 dice. So we're going to go 3 and 4. I'm going to roll 2 more dice. 2 and 4. 2 more dice. 2 and 2 more dice. 1. How many cards are left in fatigue right now? 8. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Let's jam. Let's get some cards into wounds because he's still exposed. Let's attack with our Monk. That's 2, so that'll hit. We'll gain 4 threat. I'll move a space. We'll attack again. 5 is greater than 4, so I'll gain 4 more threat. Oops, wounds. Gain 4 more threat to 8, -1 to 7. We'll go with the Lancer now. Let's attack. Let's recover first. Let's recover. 5's a crit. I'm gonna put this all the way back up to 7. Let's spend 2 for Wind Run. Let's leap to here and attack. That hits. 6 is greater than 4. That'll go to wounds. I'll gain no threat. And then I'll take a recover action. 4. Down to 0. Things are working out so far. So we did that. We did the Monk. Let's move with the Ronin to here. And then we'll swing to attack. That's a crit. 1 is our crit value, so both these go to wounds and no threat will be gained. That's it for the Ronin because it was a move and attack. And then the Seer. Let's see. How bad are these cards? That's only 1 damage. So we're actually going to move here. And we'll switch these. And I'll do a regular attack. 1. It's a miss. Okay. All right. To the defend phase. Flip this. 1 damage to our Seer. That goes into stamina because of the enemy trait. Do 1 damage to our Ronin. Reclaimed Wing. Place the top card from wounds into this area and reveal it. So it actually heals 1. Ooh, a damage and 2 afflictions. That's pretty brutal. Confuse when you... Oops, sorry, over here. When you hit with an attack, if the roll is odd, deal damage to yourself instead of the target. I don't like that because my crit value is odd. Disease, when your activation ends, gain 1 affliction. I might have to double recover and get rid of some of those next turn. And then Lancer, 1 damage. Okay, refresh phase. 1 here, 1 here. Then we'll roll dice. 4. 1, exposed again, and 5. 5, and then 2 more. 2 and 5. Okay. Let's see. How many we got in here? 4 more left. So 1 more round and we should be able to pop this guy to our injured side. And we're already doing pretty good health-wise. So let's go with the monk and recover. We'll get rid of the disease. And then we'll recover again. Get rid of this confuse. Let's attack with our Lancer. 3 hits, so we'll do that and gain 1 threat. Let's do another attack with our Lancer. 5 is a crit, so we'll do that. And then we'll spend 2 for Wind Run to here. Get a free attack on that card. That hits. That'll go to wounds, and we'll gain 3 threat. So these 2 have gone. Let's go with the Seer, and I'm going to put this card into fatigue because I don't like it. 3 afflictions is horrible. We'll recover. 1 brutal. I'm just gonna get behind the Ronin here. Let the Lancer eat that 1. Actually, no, well, that's fine. Then the Ronin will attack. 5, that hits. So these 2 will go into wounds. We'll gain 4 threat to 5. And then recover down 3. 1, 2, 3. All right, that's everybody. Let's go into the defend phase. The Seer will gain 1 affliction. Blind, when you roll a die on attack, if it's a 5 or 6, re-roll that die. It's actually fine because I have a crit value of 4. So, I think the Seer is okay being blind, honestly. That goes into stamina. Let's draw a rage card. Clash of Heroes, perform a basic attack. I'm really okay with the Ronin doing a Clash of Heroes because my crit value is only 1. Missed. Okay, so he was not as effective at winning that clash, so I lose 1 health because my crit value is 1. Okay, and then the monk takes 1 damage. Totally okay with me. And that's it. So we'll refresh these back in. And roll dice. 1, 3. 4. 1 and 2. All right, so that's all the cards. The first time we deal damage, now that Stamina Fatigue is empty, we're going to flip sides. So I think what I want to do first is recover with my monk. Which was only 1, which I hate. And then I'll attack again. Maybe I can get a crit. Ooh, and I do. Very nice. So those 2 go to wounds, and I'll get a free move after. Actually, we'll reduce my threat by 1. And so we're gonna flip now to our injured side. Shards of Darkness. During the action phase, characters may target empty enemy areas with basic attacks. If the attack hits, damage is placed from fatigue into wounds, which means you don't gain threat. And after the attack is resolved, draw a rage card targeting the attacking character. So this creates a much different dynamic as before. We also are adding 40 cards into the stamina deck, so Shards of Darkness is crucial in order to deal damage to him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so this is a beefy stamina deck. Also, the area limit is 4 here. So we have to manage our area limits as well as try to attack empty areas. So this is now guarded. So let's first begin. Let's go with the Seer now, and immediately we're just gonna pop that guy into fatigue. Not worry about it for a while. Don't like afflictions, so we'll swap these. Actually, we'll leave it like that because we'll have my Seer attack. Let's have her go after this one. 6 hits. Let's put that into fatigue. Gain 2 threat. Oh, no, I have to reroll any 6s. Okay, 5. So you only reroll a die once when it commands to reroll. And I'll attack again. 4 is my crit, so that goes into wounds. Let's go with my Lancer now. Actually, no. Let's go with my Ronin. And I'm going to use Threshold Breaker. If my next attack hits, the attack is critical. So I just want to crit these 2 out right now. So that's a 3. That's greater than 2. Counts as a crit. So these 2 will go into wounds, and we will flip this card face down. Let's see. So that was 1 attack for my Ronin. Let's move to here. Let's go with my Lancer, and I'm just gonna do a basic attack right into the area right in front of me. That's a... Oh, wait. I probably should have recovered first. So let's say that was my recover roll. And then we'll attack. I didn't realize my threat was high. Oh, man, I missed. Okay, don't love that. Let's Wind Run to here. And we'll attack this empty area. And I miss again. Oh, come on, Lancer. Dang. And then my Monk already went. So that's everyone. I forgot to flip the things, but that's everyone. Let's pull some Rage cards. Awakened Soulfire Blade. Search the Affliction deck for the Burn Affliction and assign it to yourself. If there are no Burn cards available, 5 damage, then place 5 cards from Fatigue into Wounds. So we'll search here for Burn. So we're blinded and burned. So my crit value is 0. I don't like that. But if we can get both burns out and manage that, like, that's a lot of damage to deal, but we could put 5 more cards into wounds. Misjudge Potential. You may gain 7 threat to roll a die. Place a number of strength cards equal to the roll from Fatigue into Wounds. How many cards are in Fatigue? So we only have 2 cards in Fatigue right now. 7 threat would put us at 10, and we take a damage. I don't think that's worth it right now because there aren't any cards in Fatigue, but maybe moving forward there will be. 1 damage and an Affliction to my Ronin. Oh, there's the other burn card, so there are only 2 in the deck. So Awakened Soulfire Blade will definitely proc. And then, what are your friends worth? I take 1 damage and corruption. If I'm a starting character, I can perform the shatter action to reclaim another shattered character. We don't have anyone shattered quite yet, but that's definitely something to keep in mind later. Oops. Okay. Okay. That's everything. So let's refresh some cards here. 4 out. Trying to get through this entire deck before dealing wounds is not the optimal play. Like, I picked a lot of cards that are going to help me get stuff into wounds as we go. Like, that's what that Threshold Breaker was for. That was the first roll. Second roll is 4 and 5. Third roll is 5. And we got the last one here. 3. And his area limit's 4, keep in mind. So we need to keep area limit the areas below 4 while at the same time trying to empty them out to do Shards of Darkness. So one of the easiest ways to do that is using like the Seer to manage all of that. I'm burned and blinded with the Seer right now, so not super helpful. I think what we'll do is take a look at what area, like over here, right? Just to manage that. So let's, because there's no one in there. I don't want to waste an action moving over there. So that's a 2, that's a 2. Ooh, okay. So let's put that into fatigue. I'll put this on top because it's a 2 corruption. That will be a nothing burger for us. Let's go with the monk. And we'll spend 2 for Forbidden Technique. It's a 2-die attack. 7 is greater than 5, which makes it a crit. If this attack hits, it is a crit. You must cycle. Prescribed not for its strength, but rather its threat to those who wield power. So that's a crit. These 2 will go into wounds. I have to cycle this card. Blurring Feint. When you miss an attack, perform basic attack. Do not gain threat from this attack. I did that on purpose. So that complete an action, so this will go down. And I'm just going to attack this card right in front of me. 4. That's a miss. I'll use Blurring Feint, and we'll attack again. 3 is my crit, and we'll put it into wounds. Love that. And then I will move 1. Let's go with my Ronin next. He's going to move here and target the area right in front of me. That's a 6, so that hits. My 2 damage will go from stamina into wounds because of Shards of Darkness. From fatigue into wounds, my bad. So 1, 2. And then a rage card gets drawn, targeting me. Shattered Wing. Reveal the top 2 cards of stamina or fatigue. Target the area as normal. Place both cards into wounds. Okay, so we'll draw 2 cards from stamina. And they'll target my Ronin. So 2 threat, but then it goes right into wounds, which is really nice. And then 3 damage. That one hurt, but at least it's into wounds. So the Ronin has gone. The Monk has gone. I think we've got the Lancer next. So let's have the Lancer attack. So 6 hits, right? Oh, wait. We should move and attack because this is over 4 and we only have 1 character left. So we'll move and we'll trigger my Divine Leap ability to do a basic attack, and that hits, so it'll go here and we'll gain no threat. And then we'll do a regular attack. And I'll miss. Okay, so this is going to hit everybody, which it's only a 1 threat, so not the worst. So 1 damage to our Seer. 2 damage to everybody. That one is actually a little rough. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. We're going to have to use Healing Zephyr in a minute. That's why I've been saving my MP. 1 damage here. That goes into fatigue. Another rage card. Control your fate. If you are starting, you may perform the Shatter action. For each threat removed by shattering, place a strength card from fatigue into wounds. That would only be 4 cards right now, but I am at 1 health. I don't think it's worth it. I need to make sure I have these items in play, so not worth it. And then nothing. Yeah, we said that was nothing before because we checked. All right, let's put some cards in here, here, and let's roll some dice. So 3 and 5. 5. 2 and 3. One more. 5 and 3. Okay, I think what we need to do is let's go with the Seer. Actually, no. Let's start with the Lancer. So the Lancer will attack the area right in front of us. Actually, let's move here and attack so I don't gain threat. That hits. So that'll go here, gain no threat for that. And then we will recover. Down to 0. Let's now go with... Let's go with the Seer. Let's drop this card into Fatigue. Yeah, that card into Fatigue. Don't want to have anything to do with that. And then rearrange these in another order. Let's do it in this order so that the monk has a little easier time. And then let's use Healing Zephyr for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So yeah, we've gone here. And I'll roll a die, and then everyone in the front line will gain that much health. So please be big. So 3. Everyone gains 3 health. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that bought us a little bit of time there. Get rid of Healing Zephyr. Grab another card. Fire Monsoon. If this attack hits before you deal damage, place a number of strength cards equal to the attack roll from Fatigue into Wounds. You must cycle. That's an incredible card. I got a lot of good cards on the Seer here. And we have a lot of cards in Fatigue right now. We have 8 cards in Fatigue. So that bodes well for us. We can probably use that next round because we have 6. I'll recover and then do that. But I want to get rid of that blind. Who do we have left? Actually, the Ronin. This is a good opportunity. Let's move the Ronin here and attack. Oh, my crit value is 0 because of burn. So that actually doesn't hit, but I do get a free recover, which I will use to go here, down to 0. I'm going to give this recovery serum to my Seer so I can get rid of some of my... let's get rid of burn. And let's get rid of blind. So that recovery serum just lets me get rid of both of those. Because I'm worried about the Ronin. I want to make sure I use these before they go away. Remember, items can be used on any character. This is going to pop off and hit everyone, which is dangerous. Let's have the monk attack. That's a crit. So those 2 go into wounds. Very cool. I'll reduce by 1, and since this is going to hit everyone, I think I'd rather just recover and then take a move to there because my health is really high. So we'll recover this to 0 and take a free move because it gets around the paralyze. That's everything. Let's see what we got. This is going to hit the Lancer for 1 affliction. That's actually going to stick because I don't have any magic for Secret Vaccine. After using ability, gain threat equal to its MP cost. Ugh, annoying. This is going to hit everybody for 2 threat. That could have been a lot worse. 2, 1, 2. And then this specifically is going to hit the Seer for 1. And this is going to hit our monk for 1. So that's okay. We'll refill some cards. And then we'll roll dice on the refresh. 6, 6, nothing. 3 and 6. 5 and 6. Not a lot of cards, but that's okay. And 2 and 6. So a lot of 6s that round. I actually don't hate that because it's going to help us. It's going to help us immensely empty out some areas to trigger Shards of Darkness for us. So let's begin first with the Monk. Actually, let's go with the Seer first. And I think what I want to do is remove this 5er. Yeah, that one looks awful. We'll go here. What do we have? 1. Yeah, those are good. Those are good for us. We'll recover first. 6 down to 0. Love that. And then we're going to spend 6 MP for Fire Monsoon. And hoping this roll is really high. Ugh, you hate to see it. So that hits. So that goes to Fatigue. We gain 3, and we put 1 card. This is before dealing damage, right? Before you deal damage. So put that into Wounds. It's a 5er, though, which is really nice. But that does hurt that it was only a 1. Wish I could re-roll it. But we do get a new card. Oh my gosh, Lightning Bloom. If you were in the back line, deal damage equal to the number of strength cards in your area instead of your damage value, and do not gain threat when dealing damage. You must cycle. When struck by this spell, the nerves of the target seize up, unlikely to be used again. That's a pretty good card if we have a big stack when he's staggered. So that was my 2 actions. I recovered and did a very weak Fire Monsoon, more like a Fire Ember. I don't know. I don't have a joke for that. Let's attack with my Monk. That's a crit. The Monk's been so clutch for us right now. So 3. We'll reduce this by 1. And now we're going to do an attack on this empty area. That hits. We'll put 2 cards from Fatigue into Wounds. Place them because of Shards of Darkness. And we'll draw this. Misjudged Potential. I can gain 7 threat to place a number. Oh, man. My threat is so low right now. Heck yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's gain 7 threat to 8. Actually, I would have reduced my threat by 1 more because I had to resolve that attack for the Monk's ability. Let's roll a die. Put some cards into Wounds. 2. Okay. So 2 more cards into Wounds. So the Monk that turn with the crit, with Shards of Darkness, and Misjudged Potential, which I need to take a damage for, just did 5 wounds to the First Chosen, which is really, really powerful. Good job, Monk. Let's go with the Ronin. And I'm okay, actually, with this hitting everybody. So I'm going to move here, and I'm just going to attack this empty area as well. 3 is greater than 2, so that hits. So I'm going to put 2 damage from Fatigue into Wounds, and then I'll take a Rage card. Awakened Soulfire Blade. Search the deck. So there are no burns available. Oh, yeah, we did actually clear a burn. We did clear a burn, which is actually good because he would have taken 5 damage. Actually, I didn't catch this, so he's got both burns now. That could have been really, really, really dangerous. So something to keep in mind is if you have 0 HP at the end of your turn, you die, right? At the end of your activation. If I had done this in the middle of the activation, it would have been 5 damage if there was another burnout. And I wouldn't have been able to shatter or anything. I would have died. So I got lucky that we got rid of that burn earlier. Oops. How did that get there? That was there. Okay. Dang, I gotta be careful about that. So that's that. And now we've got the Lancer. Let's recover and see if we get some magic back. 2. Let's get rid of this Shadow. Let's recover again. Can we get more magic back, please? 1? Hate that, but we'll spend 2 for the wind run to jump me over here. We'll get a free attack. That's a crit. Okay, I'll take it. Put that there. There are worse things. Okay, down to the defend phase. 1 damage to our Seer. Doing really good mitigating that damage, Seer. Rage card. If you are starting, you may shatter. You may perform the shatter action to reclaim another shattered character. I think I don't want to do that yet. We'll each just take the damage. And then 2 threat to our Lancer in the fatigue. Okay. We're doing there's still 36 cards in stamina, but we're not playing for that stagger turn. We're playing Shards of Darkness here to whittle this deck down. Let's roll some dice. So we got 2. Let's flip these first here. Oops. Okay, 2 dice. 1 and 4. 2 dice. 1 and 3. Then 2 dice. 4 and 5. And 2 dice. 1 and 3. All right, this is a little problematic because we have 4 out of 5 areas that are broken right now. The Seer can help us with one of them because she can put this card into fatigue. And then, wow, this is tough. I have 1 character. Yeah, okay. Let's have the Seer go, and we'll put that guy into fatigue so that it handles that area limit. Let's do a recover to get some magic back. 3. Not great. We could let's try a Glacial Blade. On a roll of 2, place all... I don't have enough for Lightning Bloom, but a Glacial Blade, if I rolled a 2 here, would be awesome. Nope, 4, though, is still my crit, so I'll put 1 card into Wounds and not gain any threat. So that's not the worst. Let's go with the Monk. Let's spend 2 for Mage Breaker. Well, let's recover first. Let's recover. 1... down to 2. Oh my gosh, that's rough. Let's spend 2 for Terra Strike to give me 2 dice on this. Yes, that's 10, which is greater than 5. So that's Terra Strike. I deal 1 additional damage if I'm in the front line, so I clear this whole area out. It does give me 6 threat to 11, down 1 to 10, which is kind of scary. But none of these rage cards give you threat unless you want it. So that's a small blessing. So we did that. Good job, Monk. Ronin. I think what I want to do with the Ronin is attack this area and try to get more cards in. So let's do that. Let's just attack the area right in front of us. That hits. We'll place 2 cards. Oop, place 2 cards here. And then we'll draw a rage card. 1 damage. I can gain 7 threat to roll a die. Absolutely will do that. And we'll place that much threat from fatigue into wounds. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. That's really strong for us. Gotta be careful though. Need to be careful. Because I'm sacrificing a little bit here in order to do these things. And this deck is still thick, still 25 cards in that deck. Let's go with the... So that's it for the Ronin. Because I attacked once. I mean, here's the thing. I could just attack again, right? Yeah, here's what we'll do. Let's use our Crystal Elixir. Let's get rid of both these burns. Let's get rid of this Paralyze. I'm gonna leave one burn, leave the burns on the side because I'll need them. Let's drop this threat to 0 because we're in the same area. Let's drop this threat to 0. And let's just like attack this area again. Like whatever. Hits. Let's put 2 more cards from Fatigue into Wounds. Get another Rage card. Control your fate. If you are starting, you can perform the Shatter action for each threat removed. Place a Strength card from Fatigue into Wounds. So I'll just take the damage. And I have 0 threat, so doing that Shatter would not help me. That was a good turn by the Ronin, and we're gonna pay for it next turn. He's gonna have to Shatter, but we used all his items, so it's actually okay. Let's go with my Lancer. That was my Recover down to 1. And then we're going to perform a move action to here. And I do hit, thankfully. And 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I gained no threat for that. That was my freebie. Okay. So this is over. This is going to hit everybody for 1. So the Ronin's at 0. He'll have to Shatter. And then this hits the Lancer for 1 and an Affliction. Ugh. Disease. Okay, that's okay. This is going to hit everybody for 1. Ronin's already at 0. And then this is going to hit our Seer for 4 to 7. Don't like that. We have a Rage card coming out here. Reveal the top 2 cards from Stamina or Fatigue. Target the area as normal. Place both Strength cards into Wounds. Okay, well, since there are 2 of us in here, that's not that bad. So 1, 2. So let's do these 2. So all this is going to the Ronin, which is totally okay because he's about to Shatter. Yep, and we'll do 2 more in an Affliction. Doesn't matter. 1, 2, and an Affliction. Stun, doesn't matter. Totally fine with this. We're doing okay, guys. We're only gonna have 1 shattered character in a moment. Let's refresh. So we got a card here and a card here. Let's roll some dice. 3. Roll some dice. 1 and 2. Roll dice. 1 and roll dice. 3 and 5. Okie dokie. So bad again. Let's start with, let's flip some of these over. The Ronin definitely needs to Shatter, so I think it's prudent to start there to see what my Shattered abilities are. So we'll do this. We'll do HP to 5. Get rid of these cards. Get rid of my Stun. Does not have a lot of HP on this side, so we have to be careful. But he is great at attacking. And then 3 Shattered abilities. I don't know why I put these up here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so Rejected Servitude. When you would gain more than 1 corruption from a strength card, reduce your corruption by 1 instead. You need not listen to the whispers, close your mind, and follow the guidance of your soul. Marks of the Master. During the defend phase, if you would gain more than 1 threat, gain 1 threat instead. So instead of gaining a bunch of threat, you only gain one. And then Soaring Dive. Oh my god, incredible. Perform a basic attack, then perform a move action, then perform a basic attack. So, yeah, this is a really good kit for the Ronin here. We can, stay alive. So I think the play here is to do a Soaring Dive. So let's do... We'll gain 1 corruption. We'll do a Soaring Dive into this card. I mean, that hits. It really hits. So we'll do that. We'll gain 1. But Way of the Warrior says when you complete an attack, reduce your threat by the lowest die value roll during the attack. So we'll reduce that to 0. Let's perform a move action to here. And we'll attack again. Man, Soaring Dive is going to be great on the Ronin. And 6, not a crit. So we'll gain 6 threat, then reduce by 1. Oh, I actually can only do that once per turn, so just 6 threat. That's okay. Let's see. So that was just 1 activation, which leaves my monk free to punch this empty area. Punch! That hits, so let's put 2 cards from Fatigue into Wounds. Search for the burn. We'll burn ourselves to get rid of that crit. And then she's going to punch again. She's going to freaking punch again. 5 hits. Put those into Wounds. We'll gain another one of these. Take a damage. If you are starting, perform the Shatter action, reclaim another character. Don't need to do it quite yet, but if the Ronin gets low, that's a good value for us. Okay, good job from the monk, just laying into him. Let's go with the Seer. Let's look at these cards. Yeah, I don't like this one, so we'll pop that into Fatigue. Let's recover. Yep, put that down to 1, and then we'll do a basic attack, the area right in front of us. 5 hits. Put that there. 2. Let's see. So now it's up to my Lancer to figure out how to clear out these. I think we're okay eating one of these, so let's just move. Let's recover. 2. So we'll do this. We'll do 2. We will do Wind Run to move to here. We'll get a free attack. I miss. So we'll do another free. We'll do our last attack. And I miss again. Okay, so that's not great. And then I gain a disease. Oof. And I'm frozen. Freeze says, when you complete an action during your activation, end your activation, remove this affliction. So basically your first action has to be recover to get rid of it to get a second action. Okay. Brutal. So this is going to flip and hit everybody now. So everyone gains a threat and a corruption if they're shattered. So corruption. Threat. And then this is going to hit everyone for a corruption and a damage. Damage, damage, damage. And then this hits the Lancer. I haven't had any magic to use Secret Vaccine. That's my downfall. And I'm berserking now. Might be almost time for me to shatter with my Lancer, I think. My Seer will gain 3 threat. 1, 2, 3. Then a Rage card for my Monk. You may gain 7 threat to roll a die. Yeah, gonna do that for sure. Ugh, only 1 card. Dang. He did not misjudge my potential. And then control your fate if you are starting, which I'm not, so He's just going to take another damage. Tough stuff for my Ronin. Only 3 health left. Well, how are we doing here on this deck? 15. So we're closing in on it. We've taken some hits for sure, but I think stuff is okay for now. Let's roll some dice. Area 1. Area 1, Area 4. Area 3, Area 5, and one more. Area 1, Area 4. Oof. Okay. So I roll 2 dice and I hit here, my Ronin's just dead. Because that's a lot. Let's start with the Seer. And let's pop off let's pop off. I don't like either of these options. Oh, wait. I know what I'll do. I know what I'll do. I could Mage Breaker this with my Monk. Oh, no. I won't hit, though. I don't have any MP for it. That's all. I don't have any way to recover either. So I guess the best option is just pop off one of these ones. That's the least offensive. Yeah, let's get rid of this one. And then let's recover with my Seer. 3. 1, 2, 3. And then attack with the 50-50 to hit. 4. Okay, that's a crit. So we'll put that there. Good job, Seer. The Lancer is going to oof, man. I'm frozen, so I have to recover first. Or shatter. 1, so that gets rid of the freeze. Oh, no, then I get... You know what? No. Let's say I shattered to get rid of that because I forgot about Berserk. We gotta get rid of Berserk. Or I'll be in threat hell for forever. So let's shatter with the Lancer. Shattered. So the Lancer, when they shatter, gets Strength of Heart. At the start of your activation, reduce your corruption by 1. Only a corruption limit of 5, but... And then, ooh, I have a Soul's Crossroad. Roll 1 die, 1 to 3, reclaim yourself, 4 to 6, return this card to the bottom of the Shattered deck. The strongest of wills is required to alter fate. So that is really interesting to me. Sweet. That was an action to shatter with the Lancer. 9 health on this side. Might as well do an attack. Just to see if we can pop 1. Get a crit. No crit, so we'll just gain 2 threat. Okay. So that's it for the Lancer. Ronin time. Let's recover, as much as I hate to do it. 3, 1, 2, 3. We'll gain 1 corruption for Soaring Dive. Let's roll 2 dice. That's really nice. So this will go into fatigue. And I will not gain that 5 threat. I'll just reduce it immediately by 5 for Way of the Warrior. And then we'll move to here, and I'll do another attack. Actually, I get to... Yeah, we'll move to here, and we'll do another attack. And that's a crit. It's 7. That's what you want to see. Boom. Put both of those into wounds and gain no threat. Incredible. The monk will now recover. We're just gonna have to accept that we're gonna eat that card right there. So the monk's gonna recover. 1, 2, and then we'll just recover again. 1, 2, then another one for her ability, her trait. Okay. We got 2 shattered characters, but I think I'm feeling pretty okay about things at the moment. Let's go into the defend phase. So this is gonna hit everybody for 2 damage. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that one hurt. That one hurt, guys. Rage card here. Gotta give burn to my Lancer. This is gonna attack my Seer. 1 damage, but already at 0. And then this hits the Ronin for 2 threat. Oof. Brutal. Okay, let's fill some cards out here and then roll some dice. This might be our actual stagger turn against this guy. It's been taking forever, but we're getting close. So we have 3 and 5. Yep, and stagger is online. We have 3 and 3. We have 5 and 1 more roll. We have 2. Alrighty, let's try and get as much damage as possible this turn. So let's begin with my Lancer. He will attack with 2 dice, even though my burn value or my crit is 0. That hits. So we'll gain 8 threat to put me at 10. And then we'll just recover. So that's 2 cards down. Ugh, 1, of course. Let's go with... Oh, I only gained that 1 threat on that card with the Ronin because of my Marks of the Master. Let's go with the... The Siren and Shatter. So that's 2 characters. That's 3 characters shattered, actually. So 0, 0, and 6. Forgotten Memories. When you shatter, draw 6 shattered abilities, choosing 3 to equip. When you roll an odd number while performing an action, reduce your corruption by 1. So I get to draw 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So which 3 do we want to keep? Oh yeah, we're gonna torch the sky. Umbra Inferno, Soul Tear. Demonic Flames. So here we go. Umbra Inferno. Place a number of strength cards in your area equal to your current corruption into wounds. You must cycle. Fire darker than the night sky and hot enough to melt away the soul. I also got Soul Tear. When you deal damage, roll 1 die. Place that many strength cards from fatigue into wounds. If your roll matches your current corruption, you succumb. And Demonic Flames, when I crit, place 1 strength card from stamina into wounds. So I'm actually going to gain 4 corruption, and we're going to use Umbra Inferno. And so my corruption is 4, because I just spent that. And we're going to just place these 4 cards into wounds. Get wrecked, nerd. So that's the Seer, the Shattered Seer. That leaves the Ronin will recover first. Yep, down to 1. We'll gain 1 corruption for Soaring Dive. Let's perform a basic attack. That hits. So that will go into wounds, and we'll gain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's move to here, and we'll do another basic attack, hoping to roll high. 5, 6, 7. That's my crit. Both of these will go into wounds, and I'll gain no threat, and then I'll reduce my threat by 2 because of Way of the Warrior. Great move by the Ronin. We're going to recover with my monk. Ooh, that's a crit recovery. That means we'll bring my magic back to 8. We'll get a free move. And then I will spend 2 for Terra Strike, just to make sure I guarantee getting these 2 cards off. That hits, so these 2 will go to wounds. I will gain 6 threat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threat to get me to 9. And I'll reduce it by 1. Okay. Defend phase. This is actually going to hit everybody, so everyone gains 2 threat and a corruption. 1, 2. Corruption. 1, 2. Ooh, my corruption's at 5. That's a little scary. And then corruption, and then 1, 2. That's a little scary too. Panic. And then this is just going to affect the Ronin. 3, but only 1 because of Marks of the Master. And Daze. I cannot use abilities. Oh, that's frustrating. Rage card on the Lancer. If you are starting, doesn't matter. So just 1 damage. He's not starting. He's shattered. Or heroic, rather. I say starting, but... 1 here. Reveal the top 2 cards of stamina or fatigue. Target the area as normal. Place both strength cards into wounds. Actually, this could be really bad for my Seer, because if there's a corruption on either of these fatigue cards, I'm dead. So 1, 2, 3, and an affliction. Confused. Wounds. Ugh, that does it for my Seer. Dang. Dang, succumbs to corruption. Man, that's tough. That's tough stuff. How many cards are in fatigue? 16 still. So we just lost a character. That's really not great. What are your friends worth? If you are starting, you may perform the shatter action to reclaim another shattered character. Oof. I'm definitely going to do that. I just need to figure out who I'm going to reclaim. I think we're going to reclaim the Ronin because I still have a Soul's Crossroad with the Lancer, which I'm going to proc next turn to see if I can reclaim him too. So let's shatter with the Monk. So we shattered with the Monk, get rid of this burn. I'm really glad that wasn't. We had both burns out too. So that Awakened Soulfire Blade, which is probably next, would have torched us. I get 1 of these cards. Echoes of Friendship. When another character is removed from the board. Oh, we just had a character removed from the board. Roll 2 dice. Gain that much HP, ignoring your HP limit to a maximum of 12. If the die faces match, reclaim yourself. Remember their voices. Let them be your strength. So everyone's shattered. Very scary stuff, but that goes there. So the Shattered Monk is really, really cool. Not a lot of health, not a lot of corruption, but has deals a whopping 3 damage. The only character in the game that deals 3 damage on this side. When your basic attack is critical, reduce your corruption to 0, or reduce your threat to 0. Pretty cool. Wow. So let's reclaim my Ronin. So we flip back over. Stats here. Get rid of this Daze. So we get rid of these shattered abilities, and I get to draw from any deck. That includes the shattered ability deck. But I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to give him some magic. Let's just draw 3 magic cards. Oh, I can't use Comet Storm. My magic's not high enough. Precognition. Choose any area. Place the the strength cards in that area into any order. That doesn't help me. Comet Storm I can't use because my MP is 9. Reclaimed Barrage. Before rolling dice on this attack, if you're in the front line, place the top card of Stamina into Fatigue. You may cycle. And give me 1 second, and then I can give us the proper Reclaimed Ronin standee. All right, there we go. The Reclaimed Ronin. You could get this acrylic as an add-on on the Kickstarter. So he's back, ready to go. Pretty awesome. But at what cost? That's the thing. Oof. Let's go back to the refresh phase. These go here, back to guarded. Only 16 cards left, so we're close. Really close. We're hurting, but we're right on track. So 4. Remember, we only roll for 3 characters now. It slows down a bit. 1, 4, and 4. Well, I think we gotta move with the monk. Oh, we're not. Dang, that's unfortunate. Oh, so we're not staggered anymore. We have no cards in Fatigue, so Shards of Darkness don't do anything for us yet. So let's actually move with my Ronin. 1, 2, 3. And we'll attack. Just 1 die. Oh my god, it's a crit. You absolutely love to see it. Reclaimed Ronin coming in clutch. Let's go with the Lancer. We're going to remove... Start of our activation, remove a corruption. And then we're going to roll... We're going to gain 3 corruption for a Soul's Crossroads and see if we can reclaim our Lancer too. Ooh, yeah! Alright, so now our Lancer is going to reclaim himself. We'll get rid of this burn. So back to... Ooh, we'll replace that in a second. And, you know what? Let's just draw 3 Shattered ability cards for the Lancer and see what happens. When you resolve this attack, place strength cards equal from your roll from Stamina into any area. That's pretty cool. Only 1 magic for me to use because I don't have corruption. When a character rolls dice on an attack, use your current threat for the value of the roll instead. That's pretty cool. Because if... my threat goes to 0. My health goes back to 12. We're in the driver's seat here. MP is 7. Cursed Chorus. I can change the order of the Rage deck. Then I have to cycle. Alright, give me 1 second. We'll get the Lancer's reclaimed standee out here. Alright, so we have our reclaimed Lancer here. Golden armor. Got a new super cool spear. So it's pretty awesome. Gonna mess some stuff up. So that was my first action. And then as my second action, you know what? We're just gonna attack this guy right in front of us. Actually, we'll just attack this one right in front of us. Oh my god, and we got a crit here too. These reclaimed characters are just popping off, ready to go. So that's it for the Lancer. And then my monk. Let's just attack. So that hits. That goes there. We'll gain 2 threat. And then just to be safe, let's recover. We're in the home stretch. I don't want to mess it up. All right, defend phase. Let's get some rage cards up in here. 1 damage to my reclaimed Lancer. Totally fine. 1 damage to my Ronin. Totally fine. And then burn to my monk, which is fine. We almost got it. I can sense it. 2 reclaimed characters really helped us here too. So we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this, and then roll some dice. Nothing. That's unfortunate. We'll do 2 and 3. And last roll. 2 and 1. How many are left in here? 2! This is where Infectious Thorns are going to help us out. I'm going to attack with my Lancer. We're going to spend 1 for Infectious Thorns. 6. Oh my goodness. Okay. That hits, so that will go into Fatigue. When you resolve this attack, place equal. So, let's put 2 cards into Stamina. Let's do this. Put it right here. Now, Staggered. That was my Lancer's first. He gains 1 here. First action. Second action, we're going to do another attack. That's a crit again. Oh my. Let's go. Let's go with my Monk. And we'll just do a 2-die. We'll just attack. That hits. 3 damage. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We'll gain 9 threat. And then we'll reduce. We'll roll our dice. To recover, reduce by 3. And let's go with my Ronin. Move here. Roll to attack. Hits. Put 2 into wounds. We'll gain 5 threat. Okay. On to the defend phase. 1 threat to my Ronin. Seems fine. 1 damage to my Lancer. Seems fine. And misjudged potential. 1 damage. How many cards are in fatigue right now? 5. Gain 7 threat to roll a die. Place a number of... You know what? Not the most... If I were in journey mode, I wouldn't do this. But I'm going to do it. We're going to gain the 7 to kill ourselves. But I want to try and pump these cards out. That's awesome. So that's 4 cards from fatigue into wounds. So that's 4 more damage. So we did lose the Monk, but that's fine. These will go back over here. We'll put 1 here. There's only 1 card left. Get rid of these 3 cards. Win the game. So let's go with the Ronin. Let's roll to attack. That's a crit. Nice. And then we will roll to recover. 1, 2, 3. And then the Lancer will move here. Let's attack. That hits. We'll gain 4. Put me at 5. Rage card. Reveal the top 2 cards of stamina or fatigue. Place both into wounds. Doesn't matter. There is none. That's a freebie. Just 1 damage. He's weak. He's weak. Get him. Reclaimed Ronin will move here. Let's roll to attack. 6 hits. And we'll gain 3. And then we'll recover. Down to 1. And then let's have my Lancer recover. 1, 2. 1 more recovery. Down to 0. And then the last gasp. We each take 1 damage. And that's it. That is... We have defeated the first Chosen. It cost us 1 actual character. I probably could have kept the Monk alive, but wanted the Monk to go out with a bang. Wouldn't have done that in Journey mode for sure. But 2 reclaimed characters remaining. It's pretty wild. So that's it. MVP. Man, if the Seer hadn't gone out, that she was doing really, really good. I think we got to go with, the Monk was doing so many crits. I think the Monk gets the MVP this game. So that's the first Chosen. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that Let's Play. Next time, we will finish out our regular Let's Play series with the Shattered God. And then after that, I think we'll go with a Journey mode Let's Play, and we can kind of see how that's shaping up. Until then, thanks for listening, and hopefully you can check out Encounters Shattered Wastes at almanacgames.com.